Yo, 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 you say what? Hi guys, welcome back to You Say What. Firstly, thank you everyone that have subscribed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe. And and thank you for liking the video as well, if you can. And all, it will be all much appreciated if you can like the video, share the video, and subscribe on my channel if you haven't yet. So, and thank you everyone that has subscribed and keep supporting me. That'd be great. Thank you. Okay, what's today's topics going to be about? Of course, we're going to talk about the Premier League result over the weekends, and also that we're going to talk about the game review against Tottenham, and also about the player ratings as well. Okay, as we got loads to talk about, so I'm going to go straight to it now. Okay, so the weekends, as you know, that Aston Villa against Newcastle has been postponed on Friday, so they won't be playing due to COVID problems. So they will be rearranged. Okay, but on Saturday games, Burnley against Everton, they draw 1-1. Don't know what happened to Everton, to be honest. If you're looking at it, they were playing fly high. They were great. They beat Tottenham, wicked, and they were playing well. And then suddenly it's just dropping now. So we just have to wait and see what's happening to Everton. Man City 2, Fulham 0, expected, but it was more expected to be more goal, but 2 goals. It's still a win for Man City. So Fulham's another loss to them. So yep, that's what is expected, to be honest, on that sense. West Ham 1, Manchester United 3. See, this is a game that we thought that West Ham would give a game, to be honest, because it's the way they are at the moment. They're playing quite well. They've been winning games, and Manchester United is Manchester United. They were 1-0 down beforehand, and then they're caught to draw. After half time, they actually score 2 more goals, as they changed. Actually, no, my wrong. Sorry, they were actually losing up before half time. If I'm not wrong, let's quickly check. Yeah, they were losing 1-0 down at half time, and then they caught up by after changing. Right after half time, they changed 2 players. Edison Cavani changed to Marcus Rashford. Donovan de Beek out to Bruno Fernandes. So that what's made the difference on that sense. So they got to. Paul Popper. That was some shot, to be honest. If you ask me, that is some shot on the goal. So that expected to be a 1-1 draw, and then after that, that's it. And Man U got another 2 more goals after that. Marcus Rashford scored the 3rd goal, and then also the 2nd goal was Mason Greenwood. So yeah, so a win for Manchester United. And then of course Chelsea's beat Leeds by 3-1. This is also similar to the Man U side things, is that Leeds, as everyone knows, that they are a team of attacking football. They're not easy to play against as well, but they actually scored the first goal against Chelsea until Chelsea's came back with a win. So yeah, a lot of shocking result. You won't see is a shocking result because of who they are, like Man United and Chelsea. But then you're thinking West Ham should bring the game to. Especially they're playing at home, and also Leeds as well. So it was a close game against Chelsea and Leeds, because the 3rd goal didn't come until the half time, until the full times. It's injury time. So it was quite a close game against Leeds, Chelsea against Leeds. So yep. And then of course West Brom lost to Crystal Palace 5-1, as West Brom did had a man set off not just before the half time. Is actually about 40 minutes, 38 to 40 minutes of the game. So they have lost 1 player for the whole duration of, I can say, nearly the full, the nearly 60 minutes. And of course you're playing against someone like Crystal Palace who has an attacking player, and you expected them to lose that amount in a certain way, especially of how their form is at the moment. West Brom. Okay, the next game is Sheffield United against Leicester. As you get, Leicester beat Sheffield United by 2-1. But if you was watching the game, you know Leicester didn't score the last goal until the last minute. So, and guess who's the scorer? Jamie Vardy. So yeah, what can I say about that? Yeah, so they won the game by 2-1. The next game is Liverpool against Wolves. That's the last game of the day on Sunday. Liverpool won 4-0, comfortable win. Wolves was not the greatest. See, this is the thing as well. I think, how can I say? I think similar. Nunes is similar to Arteta at the moment. They tried to change their formation and it didn't work. I think they should stick to 3-4-3 for the duration, the same as Arteta. If people say you're defensive, you're not really. It depends on how you play. So stick to 3-4-3. You might get some more out of it than losing game, to be honest. You will look into that. You will see when I'll talk more about it on that. So of course the main game for us is the North London derby, Tottenham against Arsenal, and we lost by 2-0. The 2 goal is all from the first half. Before I go into all the stats, just say that if we play into Jose Mourinho's hand, Arteta's and the players played into Jose Mourinho's hands. If you have watched how Tottenham played the few games against Man City, Chelsea, you will know. The reason why Man City lost is because they play into Jose Mourinho's hand. They got a draw against Chelsea is because Chelsea did not play into Mourinho's hands, but they're not clinical in the front. And yeah, so that's the reason why. If Chelsea was more clinical up front, like Tammy Abraham won, they could have won the game, Chelsea. So I thought, as Mikel Arteta, he should have watched those games and learned from it, but I guess not. He learned from Pep's instead of Frank Lampard. So yeah, so that's what went wrong. So all I can say is first half seems great because we got Partey. They scored 1 goal. Guess what? Counter attack. Silly mistake from Bellerin and Rob Holding, to be honest. Give Song the time and space. No disrespect, but that is a good goal, but it can be prevented, to be honest. On that second goal, just pathetic, to be honest, as well. Shouldn't get to that stage. People might say Leno should have a chance to save it, but it's so close and it's so hard. It's not easy because you got a ball blast into your face, so it's not that always that great. Partey's walking out in the middle of the match. It's stupid on that. So yeah. Then second half calm. Yeah. Mourinho just thinking, got 2 goals up front, what's the point of attacking? Just sit back and go from there. And that's what he did. His game plan worked. That's all I can say. And Arteta's and Arsenal players play into his hand. That's all I can say. Let's go to see the stats. As you can see, even we've got all these ball possession, 70% is no point, because in the beginning the reason why I got a lot of possession is because Tottenham allowed us to have the possession. And that's the thing on that. Total shot 11, 2 on target. That is ridiculous rubbish. You know, how can you have 11 shot and 2 on target only? That is just ridiculous. That's bad. If you look at Tottenham's, they got 6 shot, but they got 3 on target, and they got 2 goal. That's mean they're clinical. We are not clinical enough. When we had the chance, we need to score, but we're not. And shot off target 7. That is bad. So what can I say? Corners 9, kicks, corners, offside, don't care, fouls, even fouls. Yellow cards. You're talking about the North London derby. Normally we get like 5-6 fouls, or even more than that, 10-20 probably. Yellow card we probably have 5-6, to be honest. So you can see what is this North London derby? It's not a derby. It doesn't matter anymore. It don't look like anything. It's not right. Yeah. What can I say? No, it's not even need to say anything. We don't even create any big chance, and we don't even have any big chance missed. Hit the woodwork, we got none because we only got 2 on target. Counter attack, what counter attack? We don't need to do counter attack because we got the most of the possession, but we can't attack. Shot in box 6, shot outside of box 5. That's ridiculous low. It's rubbish. Goalkeeper save 1, of course, because we got most of the ball, but we got 2 goals in. Passes, too many passes, and the passes so many that because it goes nowhere apart from midfield to back to defender to midfield back again to defenders. It's nothing to do with even probably most of it is defender to it's probably between Xhaka and De Bias to Rob Holding to Gabriel, or is between them 4 instead. I bet you if you look at the stats between those people, it's probably more. Most of them is like that. Don't even bother about accuracy pass because it's just too probably just next to them each other. That's why the accuracy pass is a little bit more. The rest I can't even be bothered because look at the cross, 44 and it's 9. That is probably good, got in contact. How can you get cross for 20%? Useless. Dribbles rubbish, possession rubbish, everything's rubbish. I mean, look at it. There's no point having ball possession when the other rest of the numbers is rubbish. It's crap. It's just a rubbish game. It's look like no one turns up at the game. A few players probably, but still not good enough. It's a teamwork game, and I just feel like I don't understand. It's just not right. It's just not right. It's not acceptable at all. I feel like Arsenal is not Arsenal. No one in Arsenal need to say, how can I say it? You're not respecting Arsenal as Arsenal anymore. Not the players, not the managers, not the board, not the owner. You're not. It's not. It used to be like Arsenal. You put shame into Arsenal. You put shame as saying you're Arsenal Football Club. It's just not good at all. Let's go to the player rating. Let's start with the manager first. I want to say it is wrong formation, wrong tactics. That's why I gave him 4. I mean, the thing is, I want to give everyone a 0, but I'm not because I want to be fair as well. So that's why he selected the players that need to be selected, to be honest, apart from Xhaka probably, I would think, or even Bellerin, but what can you do? If you see my previous video, I actually prefer to have Elmeni or Cedric for those both position. Yeah, and that's why I think I'll give him a 4. Should select what players you need to be. He needs to stop selecting those players that is not playing well. He needs to tactic is wrong. He plays into Jose Mourinho's hands instead. He should have stuck with 3-4-3 as I said before. Okay, because we don't have the players to support that. Okay. Thirdly, I don't understand why he train or his tactic is cross the ball into the box. Your 2 front men is not a player that can head us. Okay, they're not the greatest people that can head the ball in. Okay, why can't you go through the middle, crowd the middle? Why not? You probably doesn't have the player, but you can give it a try, because your strikers, your front men cannot head as a ball. If you look at their stats, I just feel like Arteta doesn't know his player. To what are they? They're positive, or they good, their strength of each player. He needs to learn his player. What is their strength and play to their strength. I think that's what Wenger did, is he played to their strength. He know each player of their strength. So Arteta need to, before he get his own player, he need to get these players from their strength, not from their weakness. That's why they're not playing well, because they're playing at their weakness. Aubameyang does not know how to score by headers, nor Lacazette. Okay, if you look at their stats of scoring, they probably gets 3 to 4 goals only from headers. They all are. Aubameyang is like Vardy, running behind. Okay, Lacazette is more of a holding strikers, and also probably a inside the box snatching scoring players. So why doing all these cross? It does not matter if you cross 100, they still would not score. Even they have crossed like 44 times, 30 times, they still would not score. Why? That's what I don't get, Arteta. Why doing all these cross is no point. It's just no point. And that's all I can say. Is that's what I give him 4. As we're on on those side, I'll put Stanley Dybala as 5. He came on after injury from Partey from half time. From then, because we're already 2-0 down, what can I say? We got hot. We got more possession because Tottenham let us have possession, and he tried, and I'll give him 5. Eddie Nketiah, I'm not going to rate him because he came on and really didn't do much anyway. He can't do much, so yeah, I'll give him no. I won't rate him. With Glenn Leno, I gave him a 5. He done as much as he can, but people might say the second goal he could have done better, but when the ball is blasting at you, is as much as you can do. So I gave him a 5. Kieran Tierney's, I gave him a 6 because his work rate is great. He has done a good cross to Aubameyang, but Aubameyang missed on that. He tried his best. On his side, he don't really need to do too much defending about too much, but he did his defending. Gabriel, I'll give him a 6 as well. He's done as much as he can on his side, helped out, but is as much as you can do on that. The only mistake, I think he shouldn't let Harry Kane have the time to pass the ball to Song. He should have tackled him, on that. But there's not much you can do on that. Rob Holding, I'll give him a 5 because You know, I mean, with the Song goals, he was against 2 against 1, and he doesn't know. You know, if he goes forward against Song, would Song pass it to, you know, to Regulon? So it is hard to decision to make, and you know, either decision he makes, you know, it might go the wrong way as well. So yeah, and then after that he hasn't much to do, and because in the second half they already sit back and wait for us to attack them, and yeah, so Rob Holding didn't really need to do much. I'll give him 5. Bellerin, I'll give him 4 due to, you know, he didn't get back enough time to help Rob Holding, and yeah, and I think they both need to communicate. It's like they keep pointing. It's no point. You need to communicate. You need to shout at them and say, "Look, I got the ball. Oh, I'm going to tackle Song. You take on Regulon." You know what I mean? But they're not communicate. They need to communicate. And don't say that is you know, language barrier, because they both know how to speak English. So don't know what went wrong on there. So yeah. So Bellerin, cross-wise, you know, I want to. The reason why I gave him 4 is because I wouldn't blame him about the cross, because if we have a good enough midfield, they could have also be in the box as well to help out the attacking. Because if you look at it, if there was no one in the middle of the field when Bellerin in the box, in the middle in the box when Bellerin crossed the ball, Aubameyang took the centre defender towards the goal already. So if someone in the midfield in the or wingers, if they could actually be inside the box in the middle, that would be a goal. Yeah, that's all I can say. So you can blame Bellerin not to put the ball in before, you know, but then there's the other way as well. If you look at Liverpool, sometimes Alexander Trent or Robinson, they're put in those middle of the pitch. You always find Liverpool midfielder or even wingers like Willian or Liverpool's like wingers like Salah or Mane to be inside the middle of that box, but we don't get that. Why is that? See, this is what it is. Why is that? So what can I say? You know, I tried to, but I'll give him 4 because of the foul flow as well. I know he's a professional. He shouldn't have had to play, you know, throw a ball. Okay, it's not just 1, 2. It's 5 times. So that's it. You know, either you learn how to throw before you go back into professional football. That's all I can say. I love Bellerin. You know, I always support him, but it's enough is enough, isn't it? That's the thing. Sometimes. Yeah. So on the midfield, Saka, I gave him a 6. I can see that he's tried, but he's just not. As I said, youngsters, isn't it? It's like they're still not up there yet. They're still not at that level enough. That's the problem. Experience enough as well. So yeah, but he did try his best. So I'll give him a 6. Xhaka, Granit Xhaka 4. You know, it seems like stats he's playing well and he did well, but then if you look at the real game, it seems like he's just passing backward, sideways, backward, sideways. Sometimes he passes it forward. I don't understand. It's like, why is he taking space off Gabriel and not go forward when, like, just like that pass that Gabriel went past Kane and went past the midfield, and he took the ball off Gabriel and then pass it backward again. Why? Why can't you just find space in their box or in somewhere near, you know, so Gabriel can pass it to you? I don't understand. It's just not right. You know, you're a professional, you know this game, you're an experienced player, it's just not right. Yeah, so disappointed. 4. Partey, I'll give him 5 because he did play well in the first half until he got injury, and then the only thing is I kind of upset about is, why did he walk off the pitch? He should just sit on in the middle of the pitch, if you know, and leave it at that and let it stop the play, or you know, or trip someone up, so it can be a foul because you're moving out anyway, so you get a yellow card. You know what I mean? So I don't understand. So yeah, he said he loved the club. You know, he support Arsenal, but he shouldn't do these silly little things. To be honest, shouldn't do that little things. With William, I give him a 5. He, to be honest, he did play well, but he just couldn't for some reason. Just couldn't, isn't it? He played okay, but it just couldn't give that extra to give us that vibe, you know, extra to win the game. So yeah, what can I say? Aubameyang 4. If people saw the interview in Arsenal interview, God, I was thinking, is that our captain? Who is he? It don't seems like it was there used to be Aubameyang, who's smiling, who's happy, who's, you know, it seems like he's down, he's frustrated. I don't know. It's just like he's not even in the mood anymore. It seems like he don't care. It's just that bad, to be honest. Yeah, so I gave him a 4. Missed the header, good cross from Tini, but just not headed it in. So bad. Lacazette, I gave him a 7. I don't have any man of the match. Even Saka got the highest score, but I'm not going to give anyone man of the match because they don't deserve to be man of the match at all. 7, I give Lacazette due to his work rate, to be honest. He's definitely not a number 10 because he's not experienced as a number 10. He's not good enough. He's not at the level of number 10 because he's good against bad, like, you know, lower league team, I would say, but when you play against top level team, no. I don't want to say that Tottenham's a top level team, but yeah, definitely cannot do. But he, you know, I can see he give his heart out and try to play, but yeah, it didn't work. But then he get a 7 for his hard work and everything. So yeah, that's all I can say really. Disappointed, bad. Luckily is, you know, we have this pandemic, so we don't really need to go out. We need not facing anyone, not facing Tottenham fans or anything like that. So it's great to be at home and soak about it. But what I'm doing is just looking forward to Europa League instead. Yeah, not gonna look forward for the Burnley game, to be honest. Don't know what's gonna happen. So yeah, that's it from USaidWatz. Hope you liked the video. Sorry it sounds a bit dull and bad because the weather doesn't help, nor the game. But hope you liked the video. Please subscribe, hit the like button and share the video. And that's it from me. Peace out. Bye bye.